Continuing coverage of breaking news, let's bring in Trey Gowdy, former House Oversight Chair and former prosecutor. He is also a Fox News contributor and author of the new book, Doesn't Hurt to Ask. Congressman, always good to see you. The allegation here, staying on the Steve Bannon allegations, the allegation here is that they ran this money through a shell company. And I'm quoting here from the document. It says they did so by using fake invoices and a sham vendor arrangements, among other ways, to ensure, as Colfage, meaning Brian Colfage, noted in a text message to Andrew Bottolato, that his pay arrangement remained confidential and kept on a need-to-know basis. They had other text messages that apparently said that Colfage went on to say that salaries will never be disclosed. I'm not a lawyer, but I know enough to know when the feds have your text messages, it's a bad thing.
Yeah, Trey, so let's just make sure your viewers know who Steve Bannon is. He's the same guy who claimed credit for the president's victory. He wrote a kiss-and-tell book when he left the White House, accused Donald Trump Jr. of an act of treason, said there was zero chance the president didn't know about the Trump Tower meeting, and is the only person on the planet, literally, Trace, the only person on the planet that can elect a Democrat in Alabama because he backed Roy Moore. That's Steve Bannon. Having said that, I'm not one who wants to burn the justice system down. We have a presumption of innocence. The indictment's a formal charge. It is not evidence, but what you just laid out, what the Southern District just laid out, is a classic fraud scheme.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I want to play this soundbite. This is from 2019. It's Steve Bannon talking about the We Build the Wall program, and I'll get your thoughts on the other side.
We built our first mile of wall actually down in the El Paso sector in the most dangerous part, which the Border Patrol told us the most dangerous part on Mount Cristo Rey, really going up the side of a mountain. We have stopped the incursions 100% since we built the wall.
Yeah, look, we do stories all the time about these crowdfunding money things that the money is distributed in the wrong ways. And they always come back and say, well, those were administrative costs. And that's probably going to be a problem. I mean, an excuse here, Congressman. But, they said again and again that not a penny of this money would ever go to anything except for building the wall.
Yeah, they said that. And also, I mean, what kind of personal expenses? I mean, are all of the expenses related to his role in this fund? Or is he, buying suits? Is he paying his utility bills? I mean, it depends on how, even if you can spend the money. I mean, people in Congress, campaign money, you can use it for certain things, but you can't use it for other things. So, look, he's been indicted. That's the first step. Let's see what a jury of 12 does with it.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. I want to move on now to politics if I can, because the theme here, as you watch this convention, which I'm sure you have, the theme seems to be that if we can just get President Trump out of office, that the riots and the murders and other lawlessness around the country will end. And the quote here is from a Real Clear Politics op-ed. Are voters really expected to believe that a handful of nuts is the reason homicides have spiked by 24% in the 50 largest cities, or that this same tiny group of apparently tireless and omnipotent agitators is the reason Twitter has become the guillotine of today's revolution? What do you think of the convention?
Well, I mean, they're having to figure out, are they trying to convert old Trump voters, or are they just trying to re-energize the Obama coalition that got him elected twice? I mean, I don't hear that much moderate coming out of this convention. Redistributing wealth is not moderate. Equivocating between violent protesters and the cops, that is not moderate. Telling folks that you're going to have to power your house with a windmill in the backyard, that's not moderate. So it's a very ad hominem convention. This is the part I don't get. You say the president's racist and misogynist and a narcissist. How do you say that about him without also including the millions of people who support him? So you can't have it both ways. You can't say he's terrible, but oh, by the way, we want his supporters to come around to our way of thinking. I think his supporters are too smart for that.
Yeah, dismissing half the country and asking for their vote at the same time. Former Congressman Trey Gowdy, good to see you, sir. Thank you.